Hello everybody, welcome back to Light Up channel. We're here with the second episode for this series of videos of how to live with emotional intelligence and how to take advantage of all these benefits. For the first video we did talk a little bit about the benefits that emotional intelligence will bring to your life, and we also focus a little bit more in understanding what it is an emotion, and also very important, the difference between emotions and feelings, because they are not the same, and it will definitely help you to understand more your feelings, your emotions, and your mood through your day-by-day life. For this second video, we're gonna talk more about the definition of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, it is the capacity of being aware of your emotions, and somebody else's emotions as well. It is also how we handle relationship with others, but also our interpersonal relationship. Once we are aware of all of these emotions, it is much easier to understand them, accept them, and face them, and then redirect them, which is a very much important key to move on and continue your life the best version you can be, and reaching the full potential from yourself, but also reaching the full potential from life as well. One very important thing about emotional intelligence, it is to recognize what are you feeling, why are you feeling, going to the root, and also how is affecting you and how is affecting others, which means how are you embracing all of these emotions. This awareness will bring you a sense of clarity, because now you are going to be able to recognize what do you want to keep that you like about yourself and you believe is healthy and productive. You can keep, you can let go, and you can create. Now, when we understand all of this and now we're conscious about this is our intention, we master the self. We master the relationship we have with our own self, our own spirit, own emotions. When you learn and understand all of this, you become a little less reactive and start to be more interactive. So there is a space between that emotion and that stimulus that activate that emotion and that reaction. And once you learn all of this, it will really give you a lot of freedom. We are more aware about what is the reaction we are gonna have, because now we are aware that we are in that time of stimulus and reaction. There is a little bit of gap in there, which it is the key of being mindfulness, of being in the present, and that is what is gonna give you the power and the chance to change things around the way you want them on that little moment. So we really need to be aware and very present in the moment to catch those little times before we are gonna react. And more than think, listen, why are we getting so angry about this? Why this is feeling so excited and it's such a simple detail? Well, all of this is probably you're gonna find a very deep root why something so small it makes you so angry, or something so small can make you feel so grateful, because emotions don't usually come plain and simple, are a little bit like an onion, which they come on layers, as if you can be very angry, but that anger really comes from heart, and or maybe from frustration. So emotions don't usually come like as simple as, there he is, the emotions. That's why being in the present, listening on how you're reacting, how you're feeling about this, it is gonna really give you the power of mastering yourself, knowing yourself, and knowing now what you want to keep, what you want to create, and what you want to let go. And this is amazing because it takes work, it takes a lot of effort, and it may not feel so comfortable at the beginning. And as I say in the first video, sometimes changes don't feel comfortable until we really get familiar with this new habit. But eventually it happens, and once you start the ball, it is really every step it gets easier, because once you try a little bit of a taste of what you're getting, you're gonna like it, and everything is gonna be so much easier. So really, emotions are really some kind of a call of something is happening that you really like it, or something is happening that you need to change. So sometimes emotion, most of the time, is a call for action of being grateful, action of enjoying your success, action of changing that toxic pattern you need to change, or not letting people step on you. And there's million of examples, but usually an emotion is always telling you something, that something needs to be healed, something needs to be worked on or transformed, or just simply you did it right, and that's your reward. And enjoy and taste it, because if you work for something and you achieve it, you're probably gonna get very emotional, and that's where hopefully we can all be vibrating in our day-by-day lives. Once you start also to navigate your darkest sides, as your fears and your doubts, and once you see that facing them is not really as bad as it looks, and once you start feeling like you can be in control of that, and you can redirect that, and you can transform that fear into some kind of energy that is gonna feed you and it's gonna give you the drive you need. The process of emotional intelligence, a little bit is like perceiving, understanding, managing, and using all those emotions. Once you perceive them, you somehow have to accept them. Once you accept them, you can understand why all of this is coming up. Where is that emotion coming from? Is it coming from a trauma experience, or is it coming from even a past life? Can come from who knows where. That's why it's a little bit of a tricky thing to find the root. But as I say, emotional intelligence, it will tell you what way to turn when you need to make a decision, especially if it's an emotional decision. When we understand all of these, we get the power of managing them. We could like redirect them, and as I say before, transforming them into something beneficiary for us. And that's what it comes at the end of using your emotions as an empowering time, as an empowering tool, rather than an overwhelming situation where we get stuck on our blurry, fuzzy emotions from all colors. One more thing about emotional education, I believe there is things that we naturally born with, and things that we work through our lives, depends of how much effort we want to put into. And emotional intelligence is one of those things that we all have emotions, but we don't have to have emotional intelligence. So not because we have emotions we necessarily are gonna be emotional intelligence. That's why it would be beautiful if we can start introducing some emotional intelligence into the educational system, because it is something that we somehow need to learn or bring back and remember how all of this work. So in the first video, I did say that for the next one, we were gonna talk about the 5 components of emotional intelligence. I think we can really talk about every single component for a long time. So I decided to make a couple videos about those 5 components. For this one, we are just gonna touch the very first one, which is self-awareness, which we already talked about that, explaining emotional intelligence. We already talked about the importance of being self-aware, not just with emotions, with many other things, but definitely emotions, being self-aware about your emotions is gonna make your life a lot easier. So for the self-awareness, it is a profound way to recognize the emotions as they're coming in real time, in real life. That is self-awareness, because it is good if we realize tomorrow, like, oh, yesterday I was feeling really hard, frustrated, so I was really acting a little bit grouchy. Can be, definitely can happen. But if we realize at the present moment, if we're self-aware, then we may get the chance to fix things, or not having to fix things, prevent actions that we don't want to happen, or behaviors that we really don't want with us anymore. That also gives you an awareness of when you are reacting. We all react. That's a matter of fact. You have an stimulus and you're gonna react. Now, if we are aware of when we are reacting, we get to pick a little bit the attitude we want to choose. But if we recognize that stimulus, then we are in control of getting angry or how this anger is gonna be expressed. Now we're in control. That's why we have responsibilities of what is going on in our hearts and our lives. And it is definitely, there is a big influence from the exterior, but definitely at the end of the day, we mostly have the last word. The last move is ours. Another one big important thing about self-awareness, it will be good to expand our vocabulary, expand our emotional literacy. So if we have more names and words about all these emotions, we can figure it out better. What are we feeling? It definitely is very important that we start recognizing these emotions, and why not put them a name, but remember, always try to feel that emotion first before giving it a word, because I actually it could be like the way you feel frustrated is not the same way I feel frustrated, but it is the same feeling. Somehow it is named the same, it may not be feeling the same. So you have your own way of feeling, of expression, you have your own call for action, and it is good to put a word on them, but it is good to recognize them also as the pure essence and energy they are. Anyhow, there's many words for emotions. There's almost like 4,000 words for emotions. The one thing I didn't really like to find out so much, there is almost double words for negative emotions than positive. And I quite didn't like that, because I believe there's emotions should be equal and we should have at least the same the same number of good emotions and bad emotions. However, we can still like read and try to find one or two new emotions or words to express emotions every week, and see how many you're familiar with and how many new you can introduce to your life. I hear there's around like 12 very deep emotions that have like a very deep root. 12 emotions through a week is somehow the random number that a human being will be feeling. 12 emotions a week, so that really is not that much, but they are like emotions, very, I guess, more like a deep rooted emotion. So with that, let's see if you are more for this positive emotions, or negatives are also there, how you embrace them, and see how all of these emotional intelligence tools and skills are improving your life. Hopefully all of this is making your life a lot easier. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you're enjoying this emotional intelligence series, and I hope you're finding this tool a really good skill to better yourself and better your life and reach your full potential and make this climb a beautiful hike. So yes, again, thank you so much for watching. And for the next episode, if I continue with this emotional intelligence series, definitely I'll be back with the two next components of emotional intelligence, which are self-regulation and motivation. I think those two are really, I mean, everything about emotional intelligence is amazing, to be honest. I hope you feel the same way, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy your week and or your month, or however long it is, until I see you again. Thank you.